Konnichiwa, I'm Tae Kim and this is the 15th lesson for learning Japanese from scratch. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to properly address other people and introduce yourself. One of the first mistakes made by beginner Japanese learners is the overuse of the word you. In Japanese, you never need to use the word you to address a person. First of all, because sentences only require a verb, we don't need to say anything at all when the topic has already been established or it's obvious who you're talking about based on the context. The latter is usually the case when you're addressing a person directly. Second, there is no real polite word for you in Japanese. The word anata is often incorrectly taught to Japanese learners as being polite, but a dictionary will tell you that it's a word used toward a person of lower social status or used by wives when referring to their husbands. The other words for you in Japanese are even less polite, so unless you really know what you're saying, you should refer to people by their names even when referring to them directly. When referring to people by their name, there are a number of suffixes that can be appended to the end for various situations. We'll mostly focus on the first suffix, san, because you need it to refer to people politely. To use san, simply attach it to the end of the name. Remember never to use san to refer to yourself. It is also more polite to refer to people by their last name, similar to how you refer to your teacher by his or her last name. For example, Smith-san will be Mr. or Ms. Smith. San can also be used with the word minna to refer to everybody politely. Be careful here because the reading changes from minna to mina when used with san. So if I wanted to say hello to everybody watching this video, I can simply say, Minasan, konnichiwa. Here's a dialogue similar to the one from the last lesson, except we can now address other people rather than Batman the poodle. Ohayou gozaimasu. Ohayou gozaimasu. Genki desu ka? はい、元気です。田中さんは元気ですか? はい、元気です。Let's now learn how to introduce ourselves. First of all, you'll need to figure out how to say and write your name in Japanese. There's a link in the video description for tips on how to do just that. In Japanese, the last name comes before the first name. Even if your name is not Japanese, it's best to stick to this order, especially for self-introductions. Let's learn some expressions used in introductions. First, we have はじめまして. Similar to こんにちは and こんばんは, はじめまして is an abbreviation of a longer expression literally meaning I'm humbly in your sight for the first time. Just think of it as a set expression for meeting someone for the first time. Next, we have どうぞよろしくお願いします. どうぞよろしくお願いします is one of those expressions that are difficult to translate. It literally means to make a request. For now, you can treat it as a set expression used at the end of a self-introduction. You may hear shorter versions of the same thing such as よろしくお願いします or どうぞよろしく or even just よろしく in casual situations. Here's my simple self-introduction. はじめまして。キム・テイです。どうぞよろしくお願いします。Here it is again a bit slower. はじめまして。キム・テイです。どうぞよろしくお願いします。In this lesson, we learned how to properly address other people and introduce yourself. Make sure to check the video description for the list of new vocabulary, including the kanji and other useful links. In the next lesson, we will learn about the two types of adjectives in Japanese. Nice to properly meet you all in Japanese, and I'll see you again in the next video.